Raider! Oakland, LA, Oakland, Vegas, Raider Nation, wherever, forever! You got your old Uncle Mosh and Raiders Fan Radio from Murph's Man Cave, taking a lighter journey into the dark side. Sit back, put your feet up, pop a top, and enjoy the ride. Here we go!
Look left, look right, Kolechnikov, a leaking pass, touchdown!
We miss you, we love you, and we'll see you in the Hall of Fame.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players, you have a great organization, and you tell them one thing, just win, baby.
Way up the middle, intercepted Filipiano at the 50, time running down, Oakland football, and I think Oakland victory.
The Oakland Raiders have scored on the most zany, unbelievable, absolutely impossible dream of a play. Well, I love this team. I think this team can win.
What is up, Raider Nation? Your old buddy Murph back once again for another fantastic interview here on Raiders Fan Radio. It's one thing to do a podcast selfie. It's another thing to have one co-host. It's another thing to have a three-man booth and a joint podcast. And I'm so thankful today to not only to welcome you to this interview here live in Birmingham, Alabama for the Birmingham Iron football game, but welcome to the show, of course, the fabulous Uncle Mosh. Welcome, Uncle Mosh.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here, and I'm joined across the table from me from District 9. We've got Councilman Hilliard and Councilwoman Warden Alexander, from District 7. So we got a full house. We are fired up. Thank you, Birmingham, for being such great hosts.
Absolutely. And top that off, Uncle Mosh, we're doing a joint podcast today with the one and only Kevin, the Raider nerd from the End Zone podcast.
That's right, from the Fandom Podcast Network, man. I'm so happy to be here with you guys.
I'm just glad you're not in my chair again, Kevin. it's a joke we'll explain later. But,
Absolutely. So we're here at the Birmingham Iron football game, and guys, this is such an awesome day for football. It's it's cold and rainy, and it's a perfect day for football.
It couldn't have been better.
It couldn't have been better, and the team's wearing silver and black on the field. Like I feel like we're at home, man.
Yeah,
this is
man.
great.
I'm loving it.
This is absolutely so. Thank you all so much for hosting us here today. Thank you for hosting Raiders Fan Radio and the Fandom Podcast Network. And so we had started talking to Councilman William Parker initially about the idea of the Raiders coming to Birmingham to play a season potentially. But since those decisions have been made, changes as far as where the Raiders are going to play have changed as far as Birmingham goes. But the councilman was still kind enough to welcome us here to this facility and welcome us here to Birmingham. And thank you so much for having us. This has been awesome. It's been great.
Thank you for coming. It's awesome to have you all here. Councilman Parker is our guru of sports. He knows how to reel them in, and then he gets us to spend our budget on going after to make it happen. So I'm very proud. We've both just had a great time traveling around the country with Councilman Parker to bring the sports industry to Birmingham. So having you all here is a great vision, and we look forward to having you back.
Awesome.
So we would have a question, a follow-up on that statement. What has this meant to you to have the Iron here for this inaugural season of this new league? What has it meant to Birmingham?
Well, for me, of course, Birmingham is known as football capital of the South. And so just very excited to have this type of football here in the city of Birmingham. It's been a while since we've had a minor league team or a team of this sort. And so to bring this experience to our fans is just very exciting to have this for our city. And I just want to also thank Councilor Parker for his vision and for what he does for this city when it comes to sports and tourism.
Wow. I chair economic development. So for me to see this type of economic development come to Birmingham is just awesome. They've brought in, the Birmingham Irons have brought in over 100 staffers. Wow. To see them operating and having people working on sales, working on business, and actually bringing people to these games and really moving it around. It just brings about economic development among the whole city. So I'm excited. We're now branding. They're branding their mark here in Birmingham. So it means dollars flowing through our system.
One of the things that we've noticed since we've been here is the family environment here in the stadium. It's outstanding. Every time they go with the camera shots of the fans, It's not a lot of drunk, crazy folks going nuts, but it's...
Well, there was that one guy.
That was Kevin.
Oh, that was Kevin. Oh, okay.
But the family orientation that we see is outstanding, and what a cool thing.
Bringing this level of football to the families, and I love the fact that you're saying we see families that are partaking in this opportunity, and to see the moms, the dads, the children all enjoying this level of sports is just very exciting for
One
me.
of the advertisements that you had up there was seats for $20, and you get a Coke and a hot dog.
Yes, absolutely.
You can't go to a movie for that.
You can't beat that,
Yeah.
And in doing that, what it has caused me to do as a, just not a Birmingham City Council, but even for my district, I've gone in and contracted out with a sports expert. I brought in Carlos Anderson, who will be heading up my sports division of what we can do in the district to get our kids more involved in all of this excitement that's going on. So we're really excited about some things that we're actually pulling off right now. We started a boxing program, so we're going to have kids working in that area. It's just not about the boxing, but they'll have mentors to mentor them. They'll take field trips to Kentucky to some of the Muhammad Ali Center down there, Success.
Excellent.
They'll have tutoring programs in the afternoon. So sports has now just become a part of our lifeblood in District 9.
That's wonderful. So how much does the league, does the Alliance of American Football, how much do they help with those youth programs? We're, Mosh and I both have coached youth football in numerous sports, frankly, but how much has there been an investment, maybe not even just football, but just in the city as a whole in those programs that you're...
Let me say this. The league started off with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So they're already in all of our school system. They're bringing kids out. I mean, the very first day that they announced, they brought kids to actually all the kids from all the Little League football teams. They brought them in. Of course, Councilor Parker helped organize that and bring it in. But they started off working with the children and presenting the mentorship.
That's wonderful.
And as a former school board member here for Birmingham City Schools, it was exciting to me to see the iron and the work that they've done in the school system. Early on, they had some incentives for children if they came to school on time, came to school every day, then they were awarded a package of tickets to attend the game.
Cool.
So I love the investment they've made in our city.
Well, as a working teacher, it does my heart good to have you and I have spoke for a good 30 minutes prior to this, and to know that you were on the school board. I love that people have gone from the classroom to the people that are making the policies. So that's awesome. Love to see it in Birmingham. Love to see it.
So the AAF is getting a lot of buzz right now. It's being shown on NFL. You're getting a lot of feedback regarding that way. So a lot of people are hungry for football right now, and I wanted to get your maybe you guys can all chime in on this. The Iron is getting a lot of special attention from Raider fans because you guys got Raider colors. The invitation was put out there to host the Raiders, so they didn't find a home. How do you guys feel about Raider fans adopting the Birmingham Iron as their AAF team?
We would love that to happen. I hope they're listening because we want to make it happen. We didn't win them to come to Birmingham, but Birmingham heart and soul is with the Raiders, and we would love to have them to adopt us and continue to keep it moving. So I'm sure that as this goes out as the sound of our voices, that Councilman Park will plan a trip. So we're excited about that.
Well, Alabama has a rich history of wonderful Raider players.
Heck yeah. Kenny Stabler, Bo Jackson. There's definitely a lot of... It was funny. One of the other guests in the suite, she leaned over and she said, "Are you all Raider fans?" Yes, ma'am. She said, "You're kind of crazy, aren't you, for football?" Yep, that's us. We'll own that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, tell us a little bit more about anything else, any other initiatives that you have going on with either the league in particular or just the city itself. Anything else that you can tell us about Birmingham? What's going on?
Well, yeah, absolutely. What we're doing now, we just did a $350 million expansion of our Civic Center program, and in doing that, we're about to build a new stadium, which is going to be state of the arts, and we're going to expand so we can have more conventions and seminars. We have a whole host of things surrounding it. We have a top golf program around it. We're creating a World Trade Center of Birmingham, which falls up under my committee, Economic Development. So we have those type of things going on. So not only will we just reach out, but we're going to spread it around the globe. And cool. So it's going to be a global effort. So the next time you come back, well, hopefully you come back before then, but the next time you'll come back to our new stadium. and it will be state of the arts. You will see there will be convention room spread. Our World Trade Center wants to have a World Trade Show coming up for the World Games coming up. So we host.
Wow.
I'll let you tell about that.
Well, and we'll be hosting the World Games, and we'll be bringing different sports to Birmingham. And so we're very excited about that opportunity to bring that level of sports again, and the different types of activities and the different types of sports that we can bring to our city. So we're looking forward to that. The World Games 2021. So
2021. We're going to have
excited
a World
about
Game.
that.
So the world will be looking at our footprint.
Good. So now that new stadium you mentioned, so is that for UAB or tell us about the new stadium?
Will be a tenant there. They'll be a tenant.
Okay.
There'll be a tenant there. I think they've already signed to play several games there. So there'll be a tenant, and hopefully they'll help brand the stadium. So we want their brand in, and we are open for business.
Okay. Okay. Any other targets for as far as games go you can tell us about? I know there's a lot of stuff in the works, and I don't want you to divulge any secrets. Of course, if you did, it would be good for ratings. But you know.
I'm going to pull Councilman Parker in on that question.
Okay.
Very good. Come on.
No, we don't need more chairs.
Come on.
Go ahead.
Let me bring in some of.
Welcome, Councilman Parker, back to Raiders Fan Radio. By the way, thank you.
All right, can you see all of us in here?
Come on.
Can we all come up? Come on, guys.
Yeah, get everybody in here.
Young people in. Where'd y'all go? Yeah, we're happy to have you here. But yeah, we have a lot of work to do.
Yeah,
Is that better?
Yeah, you got
okay,
work.
we
Yeah,
can
go ahead,
take the
take
microphone.
it. There we go. Yeah.
No, but we have a lot of work to do as it relates to making sure that Birmingham is a sports destination city. So we're working very aggressively to attract a lot of different opportunities.
I have a follow-up question to that I want to know. For our listeners that are still curious about the AAF, how did Birmingham get the team, the Iron Team? How did that happen?
We were just in the right place at the right time.
That sounds like an awful humble answer to me.
We were just, Birmingham is known as the football capital of the South, and we are just, we're hungry for football. And so, it's a great marriage between the Alliance for American Football and the city of Birmingham. And we're looking for great things to come as we move forward. So we're glad to have you all here.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so to my immediate left, we've got Carlos Anderson. And Carlos, you've got a boxing program, right? Part of the boxing program.
All right, I'm gonna share the microphone because I've always.
Yeah, please.
I'm gonna hold it. I'll be your co-host.
Okay.
How about that? All right. And then we have some young men here who love football, and so I just asked them to be a part of our podcast.
We'd love to talk to them.
So anyway, okay,
Absolutely.
All right, put him over here. That's where he wants you seen.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, you want to.
So, Carlos, if you're in charge of this as the sports person, as a former coach and a lifelong teacher, that it's not about the subject that you're teaching or about the sport that you're playing, but it's about the work and the ethic and the team building and the camaraderie and everything. So why is boxing making a resurgence?
It's a physical sport. It's you get thrown right into the fire with boxing.
Right.
If you can't take getting hit in the face, then it's not a sport for you. So you find out real quick if it's for you or not for you.
Okay.
And
It builds character
right,
quick.
exactly. And I think it's a good thing that we're doing with these kids here, getting them involved in those type of activities and things. Boxing just doesn't build you as an athlete; it builds you as a person.
Right.
You're gonna face adversities in life. If you can get hit in the face and get back up and keep going, everything's gonna be all right.
It's funny because I coached wrestling for scholastic wrestling for 12 years, and I would get troubled kids in my program, kids that were fighting every day. But if you let them get on a mat for 4, 5, 6 hours after school, they don't want to fight in class.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So you probably see the same thing in the ring, right?
Yeah. It can get exhausting, but what we look to do with these kids is not only build good character, but build good endurance in them, so they'll be able to do it for a long time. It'll be a fun thing more than a sport.
Okay. So, fellas, what sports do you play?
Basketball, baseball, and football.
Tell us your name, buddy.
Hunter Purdue.
Hunter Purdue.
I play baseball, basketball, football, and my name is Aiden Owens.
Aiden and Hunter. Well, welcome, fellas. And do you? What's your favorite part about playing? Is it practicing? Is it the game? What is it that you like the most about competing in athletics?
I say the games because Playing games, beating people is my favorite part. but losing is not good.
But it happens, though, right?
It
and you
happens.
understand it.
I know, right?
What about you, partner?
I like winning, playing games,
Okay.
getting into the game.
Good. Awesome.
All right. One other thing I wanted to introduce the chairman of our park board authority, which oversees Legion Field, and that's Mr. Montel Morton. So I just wanted him to say hello to all the listening fans out of Raider
please.
Nation.
Yeah, please welcome. Say hi to Raider Nation.
Raider Nation.
Raider Nation.
I feel like, I'm Bo Jackson,
There you go.
Willie Hayes. I just feel like it's a special moment. But first of all, thank you guys for coming.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having us at Legion Field, man. This
Legion
has been
Field is what you
fantastic.
call hologround. Bo Jackson played
Heck
here,
yeah.
Herschel Walker, Doug Flutie, Ken Stabler.
Kenny.
Madden used to come down here and scout.
Preach.
So this is it. This is what you call, I just say hologround. And I thank you guys for coming out and supporting us. Raiders fans are here. We are happy that you're here, and we look forward to continue to grow Legion Field. The old gray lady is what it's called. UAB
Right.
football's here.
Right.
Madison City Classics here. The Birmingham Irons here. So we're constantly trying to bring sports to Birmingham. As long as Legion Field is here, we're going to continue to have opportunities to come this way.
Good deal.
Fantastic. Great. Yeah, I appreciate you guys have been wonderful hosts here. You got a great battlefield for these guys to come here, and I think that the awareness of this league is just going to get bigger and bigger, and I think you're going to have a wonderful Raider support here too.
Absolutely. So not only has the accommodation's been great, the product on the field is great, and I'm coming back for the crab cakes. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I think I ate about 4 too many crab cakes in there, man.
There's a lot of chickens without wings after I went through that.
You guys are welcome back, man. We'll be glad to have you. Councilman Parker, anytime he brings good people like you all to Birmingham to highlight our city or to sell our city, we are 100% for you. So you at home here, just call us and enjoy.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
I'm a big Sports Center fan. I always wanted to say this one time.
Please.
Oakland Raiders.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Awesome. Well, guys, this has been great. Kevin, Uncle Mosh, I can't tell you, this whole experience has been fantastic. This has been, the Iron are now the adopted team of the Raiders, and it's a perfect fit, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been an outstanding environment. It's been very hospitable. Birmingham's an easy place to get to. We're right off the interstate. Anybody in the Southeast, if you've never been to a Birmingham Iron game, it's a hop, skip, and a jump from wherever you're at.
Absolutely.
What I like is the feeling I get from Raider fans and Raider family is there's a special unity here, and I can't think of a better team to adopt as my non-NFL team.
There you go. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I love the fact that we can sit here and all three of us have our own microphones.
Yeah.
That's what we do, Maj.
Yeah,
That's what we do. That's what we do. Well, guys, I think it's time to go enjoy the second half.
It's round 2 for the chicken wings.
I was going to say there's more crab cakes left, so I got more work to do. But anyway, so I hope you all enjoyed the interview here, the joint venture. But Kevin, is this our first double show?
I think so, yeah.
Because I've been on your show and you've been on our show, but I think this is the first time we've recorded the End Zone and Raiders Fan Radio simultaneously.
All right, man, it's awesome.
Well, this is Uncle Mosh for Kevin and Murph, and for the End Zone show and Raiders Fan Radio. Don't forget, what happens in Vegas started in Oakland. Good night, everybody.
And we're out.
Oakland Raiders.
Yeah.